Hey there again, guys. This is Boris from Foodie for Thought. That's my YouTube channel, all one word, Foodie for Thought. And you can find me on Instagram at Foodie for Thought CA, where what I do is basically vlog about businesses, great restaurants, great food, and also talk about mental health issues. This time I'm actually going to talk about the mental health issue first, and then I'm going to walk us through 99 Ranch Market. One of my favorite things to do is to walk through these different markets. I've got a great video earlier that you can check out on my YouTube channel, walking through Vallarta Supermarket, a Hispanic supermarket. I love it. Food you'll never find anywhere else, great prices, really friendly staff. The mental health issue I wanted to talk about again is anger management, but with relation to couples and to communication in between people. So I've been to couple counseling before, and I had a really good friend of mine, actually, Will Carpenter, who studied a lot of these things, remind me of something having to do with communication. So if you're in an argument, if you're in a fight, first and foremost, do everything you can to just pause, take a break, say, listen, we're getting nowhere, we're fighting, I love you, I need to go to another room, take 5 or 10 minutes, just bring the level down. But more importantly, it's the way you talk. So if you're in an argument with somebody, instead of pointing your finger at them and yelling, you this and you that, and I hate when you this and I hate when you that, talk more with the words I. So it hurts me when you do this, or I feel very hurt when you say something like this to me, or it would really help me if you would change something, and so on and so forth. Again, it's a little bit difficult to do, I understand, when you're in the heated fight, but do everything you can if you love the person you're with to bring the anger down and to learn how to communicate better. Okay, I'm going to put my mask on now, and as I said, we are going to do a walk through 99 Ranch Market. Again, 99 Ranch Market is an Asian market. They have Korean foods, Chinese foods, Japanese foods. It's really an amazing place. When you first walk in, you can see there's lots of pastries that they have, some really, really amazing desserts that they have from other countries that are just incredible. They have, of course, wines and pretty much any sake. If you're a fan of sake, like I used to be before I stopped drinking, they have many different types of sake to choose from, and soju, which is absolutely amazing. As you can see, huge bottles of plum wine. I mean, look at that thing, it's enormous. I would not drink that by yourself. As we walk down the aisle, of course, we see a lot of more soju and more sake. Of course, different beers, a lot of Asian beers you might find in sushi restaurants and things like that. And some regular items like milk and juices. And then, of course, you come to the meat department. So they've got some great meat, very fresh. Again, what I love at places like 99 Ranch Market or Vallarta Supermarkets is their prices are fantastic. And by the way, they have chicken feet. I know a lot of people think it's crazy, but if you've ever been to Dim Sum, I absolutely love ordering chicken feet. It's one of the best dishes that they have. Of course, they've got a variety of fish cakes and fish balls. So this is a very common ingredient in a lot of different types of soups and ramens, and they have dozens and dozens of different kinds here. It's so cool. I've tried a couple different ones before. It's really, really awesome. They've also got meat that you can see is basically arranged like shobu shobu. If you've ever had shobu shobu, it's basically where you take rolls of meat, pieces of meat, and you put them into boiling hot soup, and that way you can actually cook the meat and you can flavor the soup in different ways. It's really great. Of course, they've got a lot of different spice sections. Something that I love, actually, I don't know if you've ever tried a jujube, but these jujubes are amazing. It's kind of like a drier date, but they're really flavorful. I absolutely love them. Again, a lot of great fish, as you can see here. This is an aisle that I visit very frequently. This is the noodle aisle. Every kind of ramen, noodle you can think of. Gomtang is one of my favorites. Actually, I love udon. Those thick udon noodles are just amazing. Again, all sorts of different types of noodles. So if you really love pasta and different types of Asian soups. This is a great place to come to stock up on those kinds of things. Really great selection of shrimp, fresh shrimp. Again, the prices are phenomenal. As you go down, you can see amazing fish selection. Look at these fresh grass carp. I mean, those things are huge. The prices are amazing. You'll find fish here that you've actually never seen before, probably. Here's an example, the thorny head. Look at those big eyes. It actually looks really delicious. It's something I definitely want to try. And of course, what Asian market is complete without live fish? So you've got live silver carp, live tilapia here. You've got some great crab down here, as you can see. Walking over, you've got some big mouth bass. Lobster, pretty good prices, $21.99 for large lobsters, that's per pound. You got some live crab in there. And of course, you've actually got some smaller lobster that are only $10.99 a pound. That's a pretty good price, if you ask me. Definitely much more affordable than a restaurant. And then onto the vegetable section. I love this section. Really, honestly, you will find dozens of things you have never seen or even heard of before. Here we've got some taro, which is very interesting. It's kind of like a large radish. We've got a number of different kimchis that they have, all kinds of different vegetables, a lot of canned and pickled vegetables. And then if you come over here, these are amazing. These are jackfruit. If you can see, I'll try and show you the size of one of these things, if I can even lift it. Much bigger than my head, as you can tell. Now, I actually helped a friend start a vegan food truck, and they were making tacos and burritos out of jackfruit. And it was absolutely delicious, actually. The way they fried it up and spiced it up, it literally tastes like meat. So there's a lot you can do with jackfruit. And if you come over here, nagaimo, which is actually Japanese. Again, it's basically like a large radish. You can see compared to my hand how big these are. I've not tried one of those yet, but I definitely want to. And then they have Chinese lo bak. I have had this before. These are absolutely delicious. Again, they're huge. Lots of different things you can do. You can put them in soup, chop them up into a stir fry if you want to. Here's another fantastic one that they have here. This is basically a large taro. And there you can see my beautiful girlfriend, Kendra, doing some shopping for us. Love you, honey. And then what else do we have through here? Some pretty regular stuff, potatoes and coconuts, watermelon. Just in case you really like dried red chili. Look at that thing. That is a huge bag of chili, $19 for a massive bag. Now, of course, a lot of these things, sizes like that, containers like that, are used commercially by restaurants. But keep in mind, in a lot of Asian families and a lot of Asian cultures, they live multi-generationally in one home. So the grandparents, the parents, maybe the great-grandparents, kids, have numerous Asian friends who actually have 10, 12, even more people in a household. So they have to feed a lot of people. So that's why you often get very large sizes of packaging of the basic necessities. These, by the way, are my absolute favorite. Lychee fruit. If you've ever had lychee before in a martini, or if you've ever had lychee ice cream, put these in the fridge, then you just peel off the outside shell, basically, and they're absolutely delicious. Just one of my favorite things ever. Then, of course, as I said, you've got sort of regular packaged vegetables, which are amazing. And this area I love. So I'm a mushroom fanatic. Every time I get pizza, I get like extra mushrooms. They have baby Bella mushrooms, as you can see. They've got regular mushrooms. They've got Buna shimeji mushrooms here, which are really interesting. They've got some great oyster mushroom packages. Of course, they have shiitake mushrooms also, if you like those. They have mushroom bunapi, which are interesting. And maitake mushrooms. I've actually used these before. in a stir fry, and they're fantastic. Even white beach mushrooms, you name it, they've got it. So if you're a mushroom guy or gal like I am, this is definitely the place to go. Lastly, these are not bags of gardening soil. This is literally a 50-pound bag of rice. Again, I'm sure a lot of these are used commercially, but I think a lot of families also, you know, they're feeding a large group of people typically, or sometimes they're having events, you know, obviously barbecues, things like that at their home. So they'll really stock up on huge bags of rice. Obviously, it's a staple. It's a mainstay in a lot of Asian cuisine. So with that, I just want to sign off. Again, this is Boris with Foodie for Thought. That's all one word. That's my YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe and add any comments you'd like. Comment on this video. Make suggestions on mental health topics you'd like me to talk about. You can also find me on Instagram at Foodie for Thought CA. And I'll talk to you soon. See you later.